Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why, no one quite knows the reason. It could be, perhaps, that his shoes were too tight. It could be his head wasn't screwed on quite right. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Whos.
I hate those Whos!
Staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm, lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a holly Who wreath.
And they're hanging their stockings!
He snarled with a sneer.
And tomorrow is Christmas! It's practically here!
Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming.
I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming.
For tomorrow, he knew, all the Who girls and boys would wake up bright and early. They'd rush for their toys. And then, oh, the noise. Oh, the noise.
That's the one thing I hate. It's the noise.
Then the Whos, young and old, would sit down to a feast.
And they'd feast. And they'd feast. And they'd feast.
They would start on Who pudding and rare Who roast beast, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together, with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Whos would start singing.
We need a little Christmas right this very minute. Candles in the window, carols at the spinet. Yes, we need a little Christmas right this very minute. It hasn't snowed a single flurry, but Santa dear, we're in a hurry. So climb down the chimney, put up the brightest string of lights I've ever seen. Slice up the fruitcake. It's time we hung some tinsel on that evergreen bough.
And they'd sing. And they'd sing. And they'd sing.
And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought,
I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years, I've put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how?
Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea.
Aha! I know just what to do.
The Grinch laughed in his throat.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel.
And he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat.
Mr. Grinch.
And he chuckled and clucked.
What a great Grinchy trick.
You're a monster, Mr. Grinch. Your heart's an empty hole.
Why, with this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer.
The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said,
If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead.
So he called his dog Max. Then he took some red thread, and he tied a big horn on top of his head.
Your brain is full of spiders, you've got garlic in your soul, Mr. Grinch. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole.
Yeah!
Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he whistled for Max.
Yeah, get up, Max!
And the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in their town.
Max, full speed ahead.
All their windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house in the square.
Shh! This is stop number 1.
The old Grinchy claws hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once, for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who stockings all hung in a row.
And these stockings are the first to go. And first we'll take Laney's. And then we'll get Connor's. Next will be Sophia's. Then we'll get Audrey's. And finally we'll get Alexis.
Then he slithered and slunk, with a smile most unpleasant, around the whole room. And he took every present: pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn, and plums. And he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney.
Yeah, I got him! I got him!
Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast.
Ooh, yuck! Ugh. Who berries? What are those?
He cleaned out that icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took their last can of Who hash.
Ha! The last Who hash! Ha ha!
Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. As the Grinch took the tree, as he started to shove, he heard a small sound, like the coo of a dove. He turned around fast and he saw a small Who, little Cindy Lou Who was no more than 2. She stared at the Grinch and said,
Santa Claus. taking our tree.
But you know, that old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick.
Why, my sweet little tot, there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, and I'll bring it back here.
And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head, and he got her a drink, and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who was in bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar, and the last thing he took was the log for their fire. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse.